I don't know, it just looks so interesting. I need like a day off a week. Like I work every day this week. I went to go, the week starts on Sunday. And I was like, the last week I had no days off, so I should get 2 days off this week. And Brian's like, well, you're the greatest broadcaster in the history of hockey, according to yourself. I was like, the greatest broadcaster. Very valid response. The industry you're working in? Yeah, I do.
That's what you went to college for.
What's that?
It's kind of what you went to college for.
Yeah. No, it's not in sports and safety.
Can't stop. Good afternoon and welcome into YouTube Live in the New England Sports Village for Sunday afternoon Gents Academy Hockey. Today we have the U18 team playing host to the visiting New Hampshire Monarchs, a matchup that yesterday saw the Monarchs come out on top in a shootout, although these are two familiar foes that have faced off against each other multiple times this season. The Generals coming out on top most of the time here at the Village and looking to get back in their winning ways ahead of heading out to Michigan for the NABHL playoffs later this month. Once again, welcome into YouTube Live in the New England Sports Village. Ezra Janello along with you, the Director of Communications and Broadcasting for the Generals. The coaching staff for this U18 team, the head coach and midget director, is Eric Projan. He's assisted by Mike Rakes, the president of hockey operations for the Generals organization. He's also the head coach of the NAHL team and a co-owner. That's Brian Erickson joining Rakes and Projan on the bench today. 18-minute first period, followed by the first half of the second period. An ice cut the second half of the second, and then the third period to minimize the amount of breaks and extended breaks taken in the game. We're just about ready to go for puck drop. Both teams making their way around the zone. There's no referees on the ice yet, so we'll take a quick step aside as we figure out where the officials are. We'll be right back. Welcome back into YouTube Live in the New England Sports Village. The officials have made it onto the ice, so we're ready to go. The Generals will go with Connor Jalbert and Brendan Woleski, centered by Ryan Sachs, Drew Weston, and Liam Hellier on the blue line. No line charts for today's game, so we'll try our best with the Monarchs. I don't know their roster as well as I know the Generals roster, but they go with 74, 78, and 64 up top, 33, and the captain wearing that looks to be 61 on the blue line. Here's Jalbert on the far side on his forehand, cuts towards the crease. Now behind the net to the near side corner, Jalbert controlling up top to Weston. Jalbert fresh off his appearance at the NA3HL Top Prospects Tournament, where he scored a trio of goals in 2 games for the NAPHL's Tier 1 team, the 6th team in the NA3HL Top Prospects Tournament. Weston chases below the goal line. He was actually among the tournament leaders in goals scored, joined by Matthew Nezzolillo of the Gens NA3HL team, who was representing the East Division out in Pittsburgh. Woleski on the near side, can't get it out. It's sent back in by Leno. Far side corner, now Liam Hellier cuts back to the near side on his backhand. He gains speed. up the wall into the neutral zone and quickly sent back in by the player wearing 78 in purple. The Generals, wearing their home white uniforms, white helmets, jerseys, and socks with blue pants, go left to right across your screen as we're just about a minute and a half into this contest. 16:45 remaining in this first period. Enzo Giuliani chases down behind the net. He's joined by Cam Young and Nick Constantine. Giuliani with the A on his chest, played up to Gavin Hoffman. The puck goes to the neutral zone. Hoffman off the wall, up to Constantine. Here come the Gents. Young, a pass intended for him, got taken away by the defenseman wearing 46. Here's Garrett Greenwood to send back in. Bouncing puck back up towards the blue line for Greenwood. He fires a shot, blocked in traffic. Now Constantine gets it taken off his stick. 48 plays to 36 for the Monarchs on the far side. Their first rush of the afternoon results in a good look on net, but unable to pull the trigger on the one-time shot was the player wearing 46. Gens chip in and change. Fresh on the ice, A.J. Perillo alongside Owen Fleming, Trevor Riggs, Aiden Hellier. And now Giuliani goes to the bench to get on the player wearing 26 in white. That's Quinn Hollingsworth. Fleming to the far side corner looking for possession. Aiden Hellier in the area to support. Fleming comes away with it. Owen Fleming alongside Aiden Hellier, both have played NA3HL games this season for the Generals. Aiden Hellier makes a move towards the inside. It's caught in the feet of the defenseman, and now Riggs has to control back in his own end. Both Hellier brothers and Fleming have played NA3HL games. Ryan Sachs and Brendan Woleski have both been tendered by the NAHL Gens, and of course I mentioned Jalbert getting the chance to represent the NAPHL's Tier 1 League at the NA3 Top Prospects. Breakaway for the Monarchs, turned aside by tonight's starter for the Generals, John Feely, his first action of the game. 65 keeps it on the far side, walks the blue line, fires the shot that Feely holds on to for the first stoppage of the game with 14:50 showing on the scoreboard here on the secondary rink at the New England Sports Village. Of course, the Generals organization loves to promote their players to the next level, whether that's from the U16 team to the U18 program or up to the junior program here in Attleboro to the NA3 and NAHL, and not just keeping Generals players in Generals uniforms, moving on to the next level with everybody. They score! Wyatt Magruder, coast to coast, end to end, wraps it around the netminder, and the Generals lead 1-0. Wyatt Magruder is such a strong hockey player. He's always in the gym. He's always boasting about how much he's in the gym and how much he lifts, and he shows off his strength, lowering his shoulder, cutting towards the front of the net, and then tucking the puck behind the netminder to give the Generals a 1-0 lead with 14:35 to play in the first period. Magruder wins the faceoff back. It's sent down the ice, and icing is called against the Generals, so the faceoff will come back down to their own end. John Decio, a former Gens Academy player, joins the coaching staff on the bench. Decio played last year with the Academy and was called up to the NA3HL Generals this season, a team that now has 70 points in the NA3HL's East Division, the only team in the league to clinch their division title. And they're on their way back to the Fraser Cup should they win through playoffs. A shot from Rakes held on to in the midsection of the netminder, so the Gens will get an offensive zone draw. Of course, the NA3 Gens feature a couple former Academy players, including Nolan Zotter, who this year made his NAHL season debut. He got one game last year, now 2 games so far this season, one down in Maryland, one here at the Village. I got to talk to Zotter, and he spoke a lot about how much head coach of the Gens Academy, Eric Projan, and Brian Erickson have helped him progress up the levels, and now the Generals score again at this side of the net. It was Ryan Sachs, and he just tucked it between the pad and the post. And the Gens take a 2-0 lead. Sachs, I mentioned, tendered by the NAHL Generals earlier this season. Someone that the NA coaching staff, including the general manager, Matt Dibble, are very excited to see wearing a Gents junior hockey uniform. Here's Jalbert, near side, backhand pass in front, they score! Off the redirection, it's Connor Jalbert. Make it 3-0 Generals. So 2 goals in quick succession, 3 goals in the first 5 minutes of the game. And the Generals jump out to a quick lead. Here comes Jalbert again on his backhand near side, cuts in front. And the netminder holds on for the stoppage. He's wearing 32 in purple and has been shocked to start this game. Waleski leans in for the draw near side of the ice. One back to Sachs. Now Sachs fires the shot, blocked down and out of play over top the netting behind the glass. Waleski back in for the draw. Tangled up with the other centerman wearing purple. Played to the middle of the ice for Connor Jalbert. Jalbert sends to the far side wall, knocked out of midair. And now here come the Monarchs. Into the offensive zone to the near side for the player wearing 46. Trevor Riggs knocked down the pass but fell to the ice. Now the Monarchs control again. Feely, the blocker, save. Riggs keeps it in the corner, up to Waleski on the wall. Pushed ahead for Jalbert. 2-on-2 with Sachs. Far side, Connor Jalbert pinches himself against the wall. Keeps possession in the corner now. Near side is Jalbert. Holds on his forehand, curling up the wall. Throws it in front. Taken away by the defenseman wearing purple, and a delayed penalty. See the Generals go on the power play. Gavin Hoffman, his stick slashed out of his hand. And it's 36 in purple, who will sit 2 minutes. $12:59 remaining in this first period. And now Waleski will go into the box as well. So rather, it won't be a 5-on-4 power play for the Generals. Instead, it'll stay 5-on-5. I asked Patrick just to press pause. Face off on the far side, one back. Riggs turning and firing, redirected off a body in front. It comes up the near side wall. Riggs looks to keep in, he does. Now he finds himself down in the near side corner. While the puck jumps high in the air, gloved down by a Monarch, played up the near side and into the neutral zone. Here comes 66 in purple around Drew Weston. His shot held onto in the glove of John Feely, today's starter for the Generals. Feely and Finn Jacks have been splitting time, and it's a good tune-up game for the netminder in white before the NAPHL playoffs start later this week. Both 18 and 16 teams for the Gens Academy will make their way out to Michigan to take part in the event. And it's an event that has been circled on the Academy team's schedules since the beginning of the season. Cam Young looks to chip in, is unable to. Weston with the strong puck support sends it in. The netminder out of his crease, leaves it behind the net, now at the side of the cage. Comes to the near side, here's 65 in purple. Played up the middle of the ice, taken away by Aiden Hellier. The shot off the crossbar, comes back to the near side wall. Brady Erickson blows a tire in the neutral zone, looking to keep the Monarchs in their own end. Now he goes off for a change, while up the near side, 52 sends in. Liam Hellier, the first one there. Leaves it for his brother Aiden, chipped up the near side. Hollingsworth off the wall finds Aiden Hellier. They've got Perillo and Weston with them. Here comes Aiden Hellier, looks to make a move, unable to keep a handle on the puck. And now 74 into the offensive zone, poked off by Liam Hellier. Here comes Owen Fleming. To the far side finds Hollingsworth. With speed, Quinn Hollingsworth on his offside. Curls back up. Fleming tries to fire the shot. Instead goes down for Aiden Hellier in the far side corner. Poked back up the wall by Hollingsworth. The two come together for possession. A.J. Perillo steps in, sends it back in, down for Hollingsworth in the corner. Poked at the side of the net, Hollingsworth in front, fires this shot. Blocked down by the player on his knee. That's 33 for the Monarchs. And now Gavin Hoffman controls in the neutral zone. D to D with Owen Fleming. Fleming back to his own end. Off the back wall for Hoffman. Back to Fleming. Far side Perillo. Long stretch pass off of Hollingsworth's skate. He's got a race for possession. He'll win the race, hold possession, side of the net. To the far side he goes. In front looking for Greenwood. And the net comes off its moorings. So the face-off will stay inside the offensive zone for the Generals with 10:36 to play in this first period. Face-off on the far side. Comes up the near side wall in possession of New Hampshire. Here comes Pasco wearing 36. The far side, played up to the slot, fires a shot. That was 36 off the side of the cage and made the net shake, but wasn't on net. So it goes to the far side. Pasco again in purple, fired onto Feely off the post. It's Sanchez with Rakes and Magruder on the ice for the Generals. Hoffman and Fleming, long shot from the blue line, blockered away. Back down, far side corner, that's Pasco in purple. Sent back down into the corner again. Extended zone time for the Monarchs. A shot onto Feely, blocker to side. Owen Fleming controls, sends off the top of the glass, up towards the blue line where it's sent back into that far side corner. Pasco far side, taken back by the Monarchs. Diving play, Owen Fleming sends it back to the corner. Up top towards the blue line, and the bouncing puck makes its way to the neutral zone. Gens can at least start their change and get Connor Jalbert onto the ice. Far side, all alone, is the player wearing 36 in purple. Dropped off, a shot onto Feely is blocked away by the defenseman in front, and now here comes Jalbert working 1-on-2. Jalbert cuts towards the net, poked off his stick by 35 in purple, and it's cleared off the glass all the way down the ice. Now with a step is Pasco wearing 36. In front, 34, a shot and a great save made by John Feely, moving left to right across his crease. Got it with his arm and holds on for the stoppage. Sachs leans in for the draw, has Woleski and Jalbert. Puck comes up towards the blue line. Sent back in by 35. Another pad save made by the Generals netminder. Jalbert in the neutral zone, 1-on-1 on 65, making it 2-on-2. Puck goes to the far side. Played around to the near side wall. Riggs and Greenwood, the big defenseman on the ice for the Generals, redirected by Sachs in front. High sticking called by the official in the far side corner. And the face-off will go down the ice to the Generals' end. 8:32 to play in this first period. Sachs will take it again, facing off against the player wearing 52. Shot on net from 66. Goes wide. Jalbert now far side, chipped high in the air. Here's Woleski. Woleski for Sachs, going back the other way. Ryan Sachs back to the offensive end, absorbs some contact. Puck goes into the corner off his stick. Up the near side, 52 in purple. In the offensive zone, put on to Feely. And he decides to hold on and allows the Gens to change up their lines. This is the last game of a busy weekend for the Generals organization. It started on Thursday with the NAHL team falling 4-2 to the Philadelphia Rebels. That was a 1:30 p.m. puck drop. Then on Friday at 12:30, the NA3 Gens, a commanding 7-2 win over the Long Beach Sharks. They closed out Friday night with the NA Gens, a 2-0 win to split the weekend series with the Philadelphia Rebels. Then Saturday, the NA3 Gens, the lone team in action. It was another win for the team. That picked up point number 70 on the campaign. a 4-1 win that saw the Sharks score 12 seconds into the frame and then not get another goal behind DeMar McCoy, the Gen starter in the contest. And then, of course, the Academy teams are both on the road yesterday. The 18s taking on these Monarchs up in New Hampshire, and the 16s in Canton, where they fell by a lopsided score. They're not in action today. And of course, I mentioned this game right here, the 18s taking on the Monarchs to close out their weekend series. The last in a busy weekend. We're back at it next week, starting on Thursday. The Maine Nordiques come to the Village to take a visit to the NAHL Gens, a Thursday-Friday series. Then the Norwich Sea Captains come to town to take on the NA3HL Gens in the first and second place matchup in the NA3HL's East Division. And then on Sunday, the NA Gens on the road in Maine taking on the Nordiques. All of that action can be caught on Hockey TV. Home and away will be there with you, while the Academy team, both of them, will be out in Michigan at the NAPHL playoffs. Monarchs control in the offensive zone, played in front, taken away by Aiden Helliard, chipped up ahead. Perillo couldn't quite catch the pass. Now the netminder out of his crease, plays it to the near side. All the way down, Drew Weston has to get it back in his own zone. Weston to the far side for Liam Hellier. Ahead for Aiden Hellier. Over the red line, now the blue line in the offensive zone. Aiden Hellier poked off his stick. Perillo in the area, now Hollingsworth. Quinn Hollingsworth down to Aiden Hellier, back to Hollingsworth between his legs. Hoffman stepped in and sent it towards the slot, but here come the Monarchs on the far side. 64 has space, 2-on-1, fires the shot in the glove and held on to by John Feely. Makai Santiago up in the broadcast booth with me, working the camera for today's game. Member of the Gens Academy and the U16 team. Puck sent in. High in the air, goes into the netting in the far side corner. And the faceoff will come back outside the zone. Of course, the Super Bowl is later today. Eric Projan donning the green pants and Eagles quarter zip on the bench for the Generals. I know that a lot of the Philadelphia area people and even Massachusetts people who are rooting for the Eagles are going to Projan's house after this game to watch the Super Bowl. It was a requirement to get the invitation. You had to be rooting for the Eagles in the Super Bowl. McGruder again, this time it's turned aside by the netminder. Up the far side, Rakes controls, down low for Sanchez. Back for Rakes, still in Rakes, near side, off the wall, up to Owen Fleming. He holds, looks, fires along the ice, pad save made. Sanchez finds it in the corner and plays back below the goal line for Dylan Rakes. Rakes, nice Gretzky curl below the goal line, now finds Magruder in the corner. Magruder in front, bouncing puck up towards the blue line, controlled by the Monarchs, and here comes Pasco. Couldn't control, delayed offsides. Rakes goes back for Hoffman. Gavin Hoffman ahead for Magruder, who is going off for a change. So the Monarchs can get back into the offensive zone. Feely out of his crease behind his net, leaves it for Owen Fleming. Fleming, nice Gretzky curl out of danger up the near side. A pass intended for Woleski. Finds now Ryan Sachs. Sachs near side, on a step, fires a shot, far side, pad save. Great save made by the netminder in purple, and the puck comes up the far side wall. 46 in purple controls. Up to 36, that's Pasco. A collision at center ice. Takes the puck away for the Generals, and now here comes Jalbert the other way. Connor Jalbert towards the net, loses possession. Sachs in the area, forces it back to that far side. Now he refines it in the slot. Sachs down to Jalbert, in front the shot. Held on to by the netminder with 3:50 to play in this first period. Thanks so much for tuning in on Super Bowl Sunday. The Gens Academy 18U team leading the New Hampshire Monarchs 3-0 with 3:50 to go in this first period. Cam Young in the draw, wins it back. Brady Erickson plays to the near side. Young and Erickson joined by Nick Constantine. Puck goes all the way down for an icing. Riggs on the blue line with Garrett Greenwood. Greenwood with an A on his chest. An alternate captain for this team. I believe Quinn Hollingsworth also has an A on his jersey as well. Young will take the draw near side, looked to walk forward, but was shut down by his counterpart, 62 in purple, Brady Erickson, far side. Looking to get it deep, he does. The near side corner it comes. Nick Constantine holds, finds Trevor Riggs. Riggs back to the near side corner, pokes ahead for Constantine. On the wall, Nick Constantine loses possession to a pair of Monarchs players. Now they make their way back into the offensive zone. Onside, says the linesman. Riggs plays up for Young. Now Constantine. Nice move between the legs of the player. Constantine looking back for Young in the slot. Brady Erickson lays ahead. And the puck comes up this far side to Erickson in the slot of the neutral zone. Back to his own zone. A soft pass across. Found by Drew Weston. Weston looks at his options. Young comes back. It stays with the defenseman wearing 23. Up the far side, Nick Constantine just over the red line. A collision between Young and a Monarchs player. Sees the one in purple fall down to the ice. Now here comes 64 for the Monarchs. That's Rolston, I believe. Played into the middle of the Sloan. And Liam Hellier controls. The near side for Weston. Up ahead Hollingsworth to Perillo. Taken back by the Monarchs. Played to the near side. Here's 78 back to the far side. Long stretch pass to 74 working on Liam Hellier. Liam Hellier shuts down the pass. Weston now. Hollingsworth in the area. Hellier comes away with it. Up the far side to Perillo. His brother Aiden on the ice as well, with Hollingsworth now with possession to Aiden. The bouncing puck makes his way all the way on net and held on to by the netminder with 1:44 play in this opening frame. Three 0, the Gens still leading. Wyatt Magruder, who got the scoring opened earlier this period and loses the draw on the near side of the Monarch zone. Puck comes to the neutral zone. Magruder there for it. Plays for Liam Hellier. Now here comes Dylan Rakes. Rakes, middle of the ice, holds on his forehand now on the near side. Carries to the corner, taking off his stick. Here come the Monarchs. Sent back in. Netminder out of his crease, plays possession. Sanchez lays a hit below the goal line. Now Liam Hellier, poked off of his stick. And Drew Weston has to control. Played up to Rakes. 34 sends in, now 46 in purple, down to the near side corner. Drew Weston for the Generals. Back for Liam Hellier, far side. Hellier up to Sanchez. Now Magruder. Taken back by the Monarchs. 48 seconds remaining in this first period. Pasco, 36 in purple, in the offensive zone, offsides, says the linesman. This faceoff will be in the neutral zone with 42 seconds showing on the board. Face-off won back by Ryan Sachs. Played up the middle of the ice. Taken back by the Monarchs. Played up to 62. Gained by Woleski. Now Jalbert. 30 seconds on the clock. Jalbert across the crease. Rebound in front. Sachs bangs at it, but the netminder turns it aside. Good look for Ryan Sachs. Looking for his second of the game. But it won't go. The netminder gets in the way. Here comes Fleming now with 15 seconds on the clock. Up to Sachs, down to 13. Sachs blows a tire, keeps possession, looks to go down the wall, but it goes to Hoffman in the neutral zone. Sent back in And offside's called. Clock still runs down to 2.8. So we'll pretty much get the neutral zone face-off and go to our first intermission. Sachs will take it against 62 in purple. And that does it for the first period. We'll be right back for the second period right here on YouTube Live. Underway in the second period, 9 minutes to play. And then we'll take a break for the ice cut. Near side corner, Giuliani. Down into the far side. Jazz now going right to left across your screen. 74 in purple up to 64. Caught in the legs of Owen Fleming, so Hoffman comes in, looks up the ice, taking off his stick. Fleming now curls up the wall. Nick Constantine looks to get it out, unable to. It's sent back in by Rolston for the Monarchs. Rolston now, middle of the slot, holds on his forehand, fires his shot, blocked down by Fleming. Still loose in the slot. Another shot, this one goes wide, off the stick of 78. Fleming to the near side, up to Constantine. Bouncing, kept in at the blue line by Rolston. Now Fleming again. Long pass intended for Young. Just out of his reach, and icing is called. .752 remaining until the ice cut. Jen still leading 3-0. Far side, a shot blockered away by Feely. Trevor Riggs in the slot, taken off his stick by 36. New look from the Monarchs in this second period. They've held the majority of chances through the first minute and a half of the frame. Monarchs still controlling the offensive zone. Here's 46, fires a shot that goes wide. Here, Greenwood plays on the far side wall. Hollingsworth now up ahead for Aiden Hellier. No icing, says the linesman. Hellier controlling near side wall. Leaves off for Greenwood. Two roommates at the Attleboro house. Played into the slot for Perillo. His shot wouldn't go. Instead, it's cleared down the ice by the Monarchs. Backward, Trevor Riggs can control for the Generals. Up the near side, Riggs ahead for Hollingsworth, and that one results in the icing with 6:49 to play now before the ice cut. Magruder wins the faceoff back to Liam Hellier. Kept in the zone on the far side. Monarchs control once again. Fired onto Feely, redirected. Nice pad save by Feely. Liam Hellier can't clear the zone. In the middle of the ice, it comes for Sanchez. Sanchez over the red line into the offensive end to the far side corner. Goes down to the ice hard. Holds on to his back, and we'll take a step aside here on YouTube Live. Welcome back into YouTube Live. The New England Sports Village. Jackson Sanchez, just a tough hockey play going into the boards. A little shaken up, got up on his own power and is being looked at the athletic trainer. Now makes his way back onto the bench. So happy to see that he's back up and okay. Gens will get a power play out of it, though Wyatt Magruder gets coincidentals with a player from the Monarchs. Woleski down low. Giuliani slot Sachs, turned aside. Rebound loose. Sachs looking for it. Goes out to Woleski. Regained by the Monarchs, and now Fleming. Controlling. Far side to Woleski. Now to Fleming. Here's Woleski. Has to curl back to his own end. A minute and a half remaining on the Gens power play. Woleski pushed off possession in his own zone. Fleming comes in to help out. Fleming to the far side. Woleski again, now near side, off of Jalbert into the offensive zone. Connor Jalbert on his backhand, pushes it on net. Rebound loose. There's Sachs. He threw it on net, but the net came off its moorings, and the faceoff will come outside with a minute 6 remaining on the Gens power play. 5:26 until we take our break for the ice cut. Makai Santiago says $100 that this power play unit scores. It's Liam Hellier with Quinn Hollingsworth, Trevor Riggs, Drew Weston, and Aiden Hellier. For your information, I never accepted the bet. I don't have $100, Makai, to give up. Icing goes all the way down, and Makai, your chances just got a whole lot better because now the Gens get an offensive zone faceoff. Now the officials discuss it, and they'll bring the faceoff to center ice. So there's the rule change that confuses people, because you can no longer ice the puck on the penalty kill at certain age groups, but you can here in the academy level at U18s. Aiden Ellier sends in for his brother Liam. Puck is controlled by the Monarchs, and now the face-off will come back to the neutral zone. .40 seconds remaining on the Gens power play. Aiden Ellier will take the draw. One back, though, by his counterpart wearing purple. That's 46. In the neutral zone, here's Drew Weston back to the offensive end. Cuts across the blue line, taken off of his stick. And now Riggs in the neutral zone. 25 seconds on the power play. Loose puck in the slot. Picked up by Hollingsworth. Quinn Hollingsworth now. With speed up the middle of the ice into the offensive zone. Hollingsworth on his backhand, cuts towards behind the net. Now to the near side corner. Riggs, the big one-time shot. Comes up to the blue line for Aiden Hellier. Across, Weston, the one-time shot. He healed it. Puck goes down the other way. Icing called. And the Gens will get an offensive zone draw. Hey, Makai, you owe me $100. No, I never took the bet, so it's okay. This power play unit's pretty talented. I saw yesterday in the NA3HL, the Oregon tradesmen who are in action right now, they have an 87% success rate on the power play. Good teams usually have 25%. Rather, great teams have 25%. Good teams have 20%. The tradesmen in Oregon have 87%. Rochester Grizzlies 82% on the power play, both in the Central Division. Hoffman, the shot, gets blocked down. The Monarchs come back the other way. Ralston near side, trying to get around Giuliani. He does. Into the corner. Delayed penalty against the Generals. Jackson Sanchez controls. No call from the official. The penalty is on the Monarchs. And now Hoffman takes a penalty as well. The question is, well, we know what Hoffman's penalty is. Hoffman gets a 2-minute minor for slashing, for going over to the player after the play and giving him a whack. But it'll stay 5-on-5 hockey. The Gens will no longer get the power play out of it. Sacks for the draw. Taken by Jalbert. Sent in. Out of play in the area of the photographer, Patrick Carepi. Three and a half minutes remaining until the ice cut. Thanks so much for tuning in. This midday Sunday matchup here on YouTube Live. Jalbert near side corner, up the wall, looking for Sachs. The two connect. Now Jalbert has it back. Up to Greenwood, across to Trevor Riggs. Riggs controlling, fires the shot along the ice. It's redirected wide. 3:10 remaining until the ice cut. Here's Woleski. Back down for Jalbert, who lost his stick. So the puck goes to the far side wall. Sent back in by Riggs. Puck gets past the netminder wearing 32 in purple. But it goes into the far side corner. Now Riggs at about the top of the circle. Retreats back towards the blue line. Puck comes in the near side. Out of the zone, Fish in purple sends in. Hoffman there. Make that Woleski. Hoffman's in the box. It's taken back by the Monarchs. Woleski off his skate. Plays up towards the blue line. Jobber drops down. Now it's sent back up towards the blue line. The bouncing puck goes to the far side corner for Riggs. All the way down the ice. Knocked down by the player wearing 46. 2-on-1 for the Monarchs. Now 2-on-0. Pasco up top, fires this shot. Turned aside by Feely. It was a 3-on-0. Played perfectly by the Monarchs, but even better by the Generals netminder John Feely. Now they come back down the ice. The Monarchs controlling. Poked off of the stick of 38, down into the corner. Off the netting above the glass. Even if it stayed in play, it goes down for an icing. The face-off will come back to the General zone with 2:01 remaining in this first half of the second period. .201 remaining until the ice cut. Face-off in the General zone. Liam Hellier in the corner. Taken by Drew Weston. Across the way, Nick Constantine. Constantine into the offensive zone on sides. Looks to play for Weston, taken off his stick. And now here come the Monarchs. That's 52. Nice move around his legs. Knocked down by Liam Hellier. The shot onto Feely goes wide. Played into the slot. Gained by Brady Erickson. Up to the blue line. Feely forced to make a save. And he'll decide just to hold on with 1:33 to go until the ice cut. Hoffman and his counterpart in 74 in purple both leave their respective penalty boxes. Near side draw, General zone. One back by the Generals and Cam Young. Up the near side wall it comes, kept in by 50. Reichert, the shot held onto by Feely. An extra whack and the whistle comes, 1:21 showing on the board. Gruda, number 62 in purple, to take the draw. Pushed forward by Weston. Young to Brady Erickson. Now Nick Constantine takes it back to his own end of the neutral zone. Falls down to the ice. A little bit of help from a Monarch player. Puck goes into the General zone. Feely turns aside the shot. It goes into the netting, which causes the stoppage with a 1:02 to play in this first half of the second period. There are heaters in this rink. They're not on, but there are heaters. I've been here since August. Never even noticed them. Here's Hollingsworth. Can't pull the trigger. Battle for possession to the side of the Monarchs net, down to 46 seconds remaining in the period. Out into the far side corner. Played up to the wall to Fleming at the blue line. 35 seconds. Near side, Hoffman fires the shot. Redirected wide of the cage by Perillo. Down into the neutral zone it goes. Fleming wins the battle for possession in his own end. Goes to Hoffman now. 22 seconds. Middle of the ice is Owen Fleming. Nice move, but too many players in the area, and the puck goes the other way. Monarchs chance for one more opportunity. The shot goes high over the net. Kept in the blue line by Gruda. Played to the neutral zone. Now 5 seconds. Here comes Hoffman. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. The puck just too far ahead of him. And with 1:1 remaining in the period, the Gens will get an offensive zone faceoff. So they take John Feely out of the net. They'll most likely load up the inside. Wyatt McGruder will take the draw. Aiden Hellier, the left-handed shot, in the trigger position behind him. Puck's drop, buzzer goes, and the Gens take a 3-0 lead into the halfway point, almost like a halftime in hockey. The Zan will come on the ice, cut the ice, and we'll play the next 9 minutes of the second period when we come back on YouTube Live. Welcome back into YouTube Live and the New England Sports Village. Ezra Janela along with you for the second half of the second period between the Northeast Generals Academy 18U team and the New Hampshire Monarchs. The back half of their weekend series, the Monarchs picked up the shootout win yesterday over the Generals. And the Gens looking to get back in the win column ahead of the NAPHL playoffs next weekend. Sachs will take the draw. He's got Jalbert and Woleski. Riggs and Greenwood. Puck is dropped and we're underway. Puck goes below the Generals' goal line. Gens going right to left across your screen wearing their white uniforms. The remainder of this second period, 8:45 in it. And then an 18-minute third period. Into the slot, cleared to the near side. Sent back in by Rolston for the Monarchs. Again, no line charts for today's game. I know the Gens roster very well. I can't quite say the same about the muster. Here comes Sachs trying to get around Fish. He does so. He's got Woleski with him. Puck goes to the near side corner. Woleski loses possession of the near side wall. Jalbert comes in for it as well. Jalbert has his family in attendance. His grandfather's here. I said, "Oh, I know that guy, Connor Jalbert. I was just in Pittsburgh with him." He goes, "Oh, I heard you. Liz talking about him. Did a great job." And I love that. Jen's family. It's the hashtag, but it truly rings true. A shot onto Feely, blocked aside. Liam Hellier got in front of it. Here comes Sachs looking to poke it forward. Here's Jalbert offsides. Was Woleski. And with 7:40 to play in this second period, the face-off will be the neutral zone. It brings on Magruder with Rakes and Giuliani. Here's Liam Hellier across to Weston. Back to Hellier. Collision at the Gens blue line. Sees the puck go into their zone. Liam Hellier near side corner up the wall. The Gens were flying the zone, but the puck can't get out. Here comes Magruder. Ahead for Giuliani. Far side, Giuliani on his forehand. Plays it back. Weston can't pull the trigger. Can't hold on to possession either, and the puck goes back to Magruder now. Cleared up towards the neutral zone. Hellier sends back in. Offsides with 7 minutes to play in this second period. Faceoff will be on the far side of the neutral zone, just in front of the Generals bench. Here's Pasco across the way, shut down by Hollingsworth. Quinn Hollingsworth leading the 3-on-2 back into the Monarch zone. Perillo, the shot high and wide off the glass. Comes up to Liam Hellier near side of the boards. Hellier looking for Perillo in the slot. The two can't connect. Perillo lays a hit. Puck comes back to the neutral zone where it's chased on by Aiden Hellier. Hellier to Weston, back to Aiden Hellier to his brother Liam. To Weston. A trio of Attleboro House residents play pass with each other. Now it comes to A.J. Perillo. Perillo fires a shot. Low blocker save. Hollingsworth the rebound goes over the net. Here's Hellier. Back to Perillo. Across the blue line, Weston has to go back into the neutral zone. Hollingsworth now. Play to the near side for Liam Hellier. Cross-side stump. Perillo gives chase. Aiden does so as well. All the way down it comes. Jen's almost too many men on the ice. Fleming jumped over the wall a bit too early. Here's Aiden Hellier. Nice toe drag to keep possession in his own zone. Plays it up the middle of the ice. He'll get his feet moving over the red line and send it in. The netminder out of his crease stops it. Plays it the far side, 34 in purple, long pass all the way down the ice. And with 5.5 remaining in this second period, the faceoff will come back down to the Monarch zone. Cam Young will take it. Fleming and Hoffman, the defensemen. Constantine and Giuliani, the wingers. Back to their way come the Monarchs. Puck all the way down onto Feely. Held onto by the netminder. And now the draw will come in the general zone. Young issued a warning. Puck goes to the far side off the draw, up towards the blue line. Brady Erickson now. Can't get it deep. Comes the near side for Hoffman. Hoffman sends it deep into the Monarch zone. Giuliani hard on the forecheck, lays a hit. Puck goes to the far side. Erickson looked to lay the lumber. Fleming in the neutral zone, sends it back in. Erickson gets started on the forecheck. Played to the far side. Monarchs pinned in their own zone. Giuliani lays a hit now. Now a 3-on-2 for the Monarchs. Fleming back with Hoffman. Fleming pushes it to the outside. Hoffman shades over. Played out in front. Feely the first save and the second. And gets it with the pad to hold on for the stoppage. 4:31 remaining in this second period. The NA3HL Gens have a lot of faces in attendance today. Tommy Lubin working the scorer's table with Gabe Campo. Sean Gorman, rather not Tommy Lubin, that's the NAHL's Gens. Jacob Kaminsky in the box. Jowler gives chase to the far side corner. Plays now to the near side. Wubin in the corner with Ian Kangas, Christoph Karpati, and the Eagles super fan, Sean Gorman. Puck onto the net is held onto by the netminder. Just 3 ticks under 4 minutes remaining in this second period. Woleski will take the draw far side. Battle for possession off of it, sees it go to Sachs. Ryan Sachs played back to the far side. Jalbert in front, he scores! Great play by Ryan Sachs to send the pass back to where he was coming from. And Jalbert, with his family in attendance, finds the back of the net. Of course, with the NA3 Gens coming at the halfway point, they can play music. I gave them my phone downstairs. And I'm not a big fan of the Rangers goal horn, but I guess if that's what the boys want, it's what the boys get. 4-0 the Gens lead now. Pasco leaves for Reichert. Reichert, the slap shot goes wide. Kept in the zone by 46 in purple, regained by Jalbert. Make that rather Wyatt Magruder. Working to the offensive end, here's Jackson Sanchez. Wrapped around for Dylan Rake's far side, regained by the Monarchs, and they'll make their way up the ice. Delayed penalty against the Generals. Dylan Rakes will sit 2 minutes for slashing with 3:12 playing this second period. Oh, that's unbelievable. That's what I get for giving the 3 Show kids my phone. We get the Burger King Whopper theme song. Again, let's play it again. Makai Santiago loves it. He showed you the 3 Show kids. That's Tommy Lubin in the middle with the phone. Next to Sean Gorman in the Eagles sweatshirt. Then on the right side, Ian Kangas and Christoph Garpati also in the middle. Here come the Monarchs. Fish far side, throws it in on net. Again, Monarchs on the power play for the next minute 35. Dylan Rakes sits 2 minutes for slashing. Fish now near side. Holds on his forehand, plays across the way. 35 in purple to 46 the shot. Blocker to side by Feely. The rebound up top, and they miss the net. Fish fans badly on the one-time shot. Puck comes up towards the blue line, sent back down the far side wall. Up top now 46 to the near side for Fish. Fish holds, fires the shot, blocked by Liam Hellier. Still sent out in front. Side of the cage now on the near side corner. Played up towards the slot, far side. 36 now. That's Vasco. Chases it to the far side wall off of the John Feely blocker save. Nick Constantine there. Constantine with Weston, Liam Hellier, and AJ Perillo on the kill. Whistle comes from the official outside of the zone, and hand pass is called. Face-off will come outside. That is wildly annoying. Just wildly annoying. And now we get Taylor Swift. I'll take Taylor Swift over the Whopper song any day of the week. Well, that one wasn't the Whopper song. That one was the chicken sandwich song from Burger King. Here comes Cam Young, short-handed, to the near side corner. Plays up the far side wall. Rolston plays in the near side, intended for 78. Instead finds Gavin Hoffman. Still 25 seconds on the Generals' kill. The far side it goes, 34 in purple. Plays the near side, 74. Make that 78 now. 78 back across the way. Shot from 38 held on to. A minute 26 remaining in the second. 14 seconds on the Gens penalty kill. Aiden Hellier comes on for the draw. With Brady Erickson, Fleming, and Hoffman. Hellier, far side, can't clear the zone. Fleming steps up, gets it with his skate. Now it chases the near side corner. 2 seconds before Rakes is allowed out of the box. And free at last. Dylan Rakes, icing called, so the Gens will have to win another defensive zone draw, though this one will come at even strength. Near side this time, Hellier, Aiden Hellier will take it. It's won though by the Monarchs. Chipped up towards the blue line. Reichert down to one knee, keeps it in. Now Rolston, near side, top of the circle, toe drag to the middle of the ice on his backhand, back to the near side corner, and it's controlled by the Monarchs still. Reichert at the blue line to 78 on the wall, back up top, a long shot into the glove of John Feely with 51 seconds to play in this second period. Aiden Hellier will take the draw, far side circle. Pushed up towards the top of it. Now here's Hoffman, his stick knocked out of his hands, and now the Generals, ahead of the third period, will get 43 seconds of a power play. So for the offensive zone draw, comes on Woleski with Jalbert and Sachs, with Giuliani and Owen Fleming, the lone defenseman on the unit. Sachs will take the draw. Monarchs get their kill unit onto the ice. Sachs wins it back to Fleming. Fleming holds near side, now to the middle of the ice. The near side for Jalbert. Walks down the wall. Connor Jalbert. Poked off his stick by 61. Big hit in the corner. Giuliani laid it. And he'll go to the box for roughing. You can see where the official was coming from on the call. Giuliani, a smaller frame, had to go upstairs for the hit. But now for the next minute and 46 seconds, it'll be 4-on-4. 29 of them will be in this second period. Jen still leading 4-0 here on YouTube Live. Up towards the blue line. Played into the neutral zone. Fish has to send back in. Woleski near side corner. Woleski stays out with Sachs, Jalbert, and Fleming. Still only one defenseman on for the Generals. Here comes Sachs behind the defenseman. Splits them, fires the shot, he scores! Ryan Sachs, a 4-on-4 breakaway. His second goal of the game. And the Generals lead 5-0. That brings on Magruder with Sanchez, Riggs, and Greenwood for the last 6 seconds. Puck goes into the general zone. 2 on the clock, and we'll make our way to the second intermission. Jen's holding on to a 5-0 lead through 2 periods. We'll be right back here on YouTube Live. Puck is dropped, underway for this third and final period of regulation. Ryan Sachs' second goal of the game came on a breakaway. Just moments to go in the second period. Still 4-on-4 hockey though. Sanchez plays to the far side. He's got Magruder, Riggs, and Greenwood on this 4-on-4 unit. Shot doesn't quite go on to Feely. Puck was played into the slot, and it goes all the way to the neutral zone. Jen's now going left to right across your screen in their white uniforms. Taken back by the Monarchs, fired on net, wide of the cage. Up towards the blue line, big hit by Jackson Sanchez just in front of his own bench. A little bit of an extra whack afterwards, but nothing from the official. Here comes Greenwood. The big defenseman into the offensive zone. Onside, says the official. And Greenwood's shot held on to for the stoppage. 7 seconds until the Monarchs get their guy back. And then 14 seconds after that, Giuliani will be released from his sentence. Young will take the draw. He's got Constantine with him, Liam Hellier and Drew Weston on the blue line. The near side wall it comes. Gruda plays out to Mauk. And now Weston in his own zone. 5-on-4 power play for the Monarchs just for the next 5 seconds. Battle for possession in the middle of the ice in the general zone. Puck goes in the neutral zone, and we get back to 5-on-5, even strength for the first time this period. Shot onto Feely goes wide. Came from the far side of the blue line. Another one, this time is on net. Turned aside by Feely. Gruda plays to the outside. Block shot for Cam Young. Up top to Malk. Malk the long shot. Shouldered away by the Gens netminder. Now Nick Constantine. Poked in front. Alone is the player, and he scores. Just a tough play for the Generals. And the Monarchs make it just 5-1. So an even strength goal, still a 4-goal deficit for the Monarchs. 15-54 playing this third period. Makai Santiago looked at me and said, "What's with the big Selly? They're still losing 5-1." And I agree, to an extent. I always maintain that if I made it to the National Hockey League, I'm celebrating every goal I score like it's my last. But there's a time and place for it. Gens still leading 5-1, 15-20 remaining in this third period. Rolston in his own zone to the near side. Here come the Monarchs back to the offensive end. 3-on-1. 74 fires the shot that John Feely squeezes for the stoppage. .74 in for the Monarchs, wins it back. Leno's shot goes wide. Sanchez sends it down the ice. Not enough for an icing though. So it comes to the near side wall. 76. Up the near side. Owen Fleming lays a big hit in the neutral zone and forced to hold on is John Feely. 14:51 remaining in this third period. Magruder for the draw. One back by the Monarchs, though. The shot goes wide. Fish steps in to fire the shot. Now he does. Sticked away by Feely. Behind the net, Trevor Riggs. To Greenwood to the far side. Played into the slot. Controlled. Delayed penalty coming up. It's against the Generals and Jackson Sanchez. So if you're the Generals, you don't want to give too many opportunities to allow the Monarchs to get back into this game. So Sanchez goes to the box, 2 minutes for an elbowing. Wyatt Magruder comes on for the draw with Dylan Rakes, Garrett Greenwood, and Trevor Riggs. Riggs sends it up towards the blue line. Rakes gets it to the neutral zone. Now Magruder on the forecheck. Can't quite take away possession, so the Monarchs are back in the offensive zone. That's 74 on the far side. To the near side. 34 back to 74. He missed the net. Up the far side wall, 46. Back down to 74. Monarchs controlling 5-on-4. 36 now. That's Pasco. Back down the near side wall. Far side it goes, 74. Curling away from Magruder. Up top to Blair wearing 50. To 34 near side. Down low. 36 Pasco. Up top, Reichert. The shot along the ice. Deflected away by Riggs. Here comes Trevor Riggs to the near side for Magruder. Magruder gets it deep. He'll give chase hard on the forecheck. Here comes 74 in purple, left off for Reichert, taken away almost by Wyatt Magruder. So the Monarchs get up the ice, and now here's Pasco near side. Pasco looks at his options, plays to the middle. Nice move by the player wearing 46. It goes into the corner. 36 seconds remaining on the Monarchs power play. Constantine on with Young, Liam Hellier, and Trevor Riggs for the kill. Fish fakes the one-time shot, plays it to the near side corner. Back up top to Fish, across the way. Kicked up to the blue line. Long shot, they score on the redirection. A power play goal for the Monarchs. And now it's 5-2 Generals. And that brings back Sachs, Woleski, and Jalbert. This line has produced a lot of the Generals' goals today. 4 of them, I believe. Down for Sachs, the player wearing 4. To the far side he goes. Up for Jalbert, sent back in. Liam Hellier up the middle of the ice for Jalbert, has to go back. Now Liam Hellier. Poked up towards Sachs, taken away by the Monarchs, onto Feely. And that Miner makes a nice save, moving to his left. .12:16 to go in this third period. Face-off on the far side of the Monarch zone. Cam Young will take it, of the General zone rather. And it stays in the zone off the netting, and the face-off will stay in once more. Here comes Young. Young in the offensive zone, working one-on-one, cuts towards the outside, now towards the net, knocked down by Fish. Taken away by Giuliani, the shot over the net. Had it alone in the slot, now Owen Fleming. Sends back in. Young in the area. Young with Giuliani and Erickson, Fleming and Hoffman on the ice for the Generals. Long pass, up ahead intended for Young, knocked down by Leno. Offsides are the Monarchs. The face-off back into the neutral zone. .11:31 remaining in this third period. Face-off will be just in front of us here on the near side of the neutral zone. Aiden Hellier to take it, pushes it back for Garrett Greenwood. Trevor Riggs now near side, ahead to Hollingsworth. Quinn Hollingsworth gaining speed, sends it in on his backhand. Perillo lays a hit below the goal line. Greenwood, far side of the neutral zone, pressured by a couple of Monarchs. Offsides were the Generals. And the face-off will come just in front of their bench in the neutral zone, down to 11 minutes remaining in this third period. Monarchs controlling their own zone. Up the near side now, knocked down by Riggs. Riggs for Hollingsworth, now here comes Perillo. AJ Perillo on his backhand, throws a shot on net that just gets a piece of the netminder and goes to the near side. On the wall is Riggs. Sent up into the neutral zone. Here's Aiden Hellier. With plenty of space through the neutral zone into the offensive end. In the slot, fires the shot back to where he was coming from. He missed the net. Now Perillo in the corner, played out in front. Aiden Hellier was there, but the bounce over his stick sends the puck back into the offensive end for the Monarchs. Now two players come together. That's Perillo and 35 in purple. That was down in the Monarch zone. And we'll see where the face-off comes. Perillo goes to the box, so does his counterpart. That's Mauk for the Monarchs. So it stays 5-on-5. One player in the box for each team. McGruder will take the draw. He wins it back. He loves taking faceoffs. He's probably the best faceoff guy on this Gens 18's team. Carries into the offensive zone, throws a shot on net. That's held on to by the netminder. Now we'll get a chance for one in the offensive zone. He pushes this faceoff forward. That's Wyatt McGruder, though it's taken off his stick. Here come the Monarchs back the other way. Pasco to the near side for 46. Drop back off for Pasco up to the blue line. 34 sends in. Regained by Drew Weston. Now the Generals defenseman leads the rush up the ice. Weston near side into the slot looking for Jackson Sanchez. Puck goes off the far side half wall. Played to the near side wall. McGruder drops down for it. Wyatt McGruder left off for Jackson Sanchez. Sanchez again. Near side wall into the slot for Dylan Rakes. Weston can't keep it in. Reichert sends it down. Now Liam Hellier in his own zone. Monarchs in the midst of a line change. Sanchez chips the puck ahead and gets off for a change. Rakes on the forecheck. Everyone else gets off. It's now Hoffman and Fleming on the blue line for the Generals. Fleming takes away the puck and plays to Hoffman, his partner, while Sachs comes on with Jalbert and Waleski. Leno taken away by Jalbert. Waleski comes in to help out as well. Battle in the near side corner of the Monarch zone. Taken by Leno. Regained by Jalbert. Dropped off for Sachs. Sachs cutting down behind the net. Plays it out in front for Waleski near side. Up top to Fleming. Owen Fleming. Down for Jalbert. Now Waleski in the corner to Sachs. Tough angle shot. Almost got the best of the netminder, but it's held on to by the netminder. And an offensive zone draw comes for the Generals. 8:16 to play in this third period. Waleski will take the draw. Sachs in the trigger position. Fleming controls middle of the blue line. Fires this shot. Blocked down in front. Sachs looks for it, but it goes back into the neutral zone. Up for Jalbert. Connor Jalbert on his forehand. Plays out in front across the front of the net. Into the near side wall it comes. Delayed penalty on the hit. And the Gens will go shorthanded. Waleski will go sit for 2 minutes. Rather a tripping penalty. Either way, the Gens go shorthanded with 7:59 to play in this third period. Thanks so much for tuning in on YouTube Live. Ezra Janello, the Director of Communications and Broadcasting for the Generals organization with you. The end of a long week for the Generals. Jalbert on this 18s team, 5 NA3 players, 4 NA players, the equipment manager, head coach of both the NA and NA3 teams, and myself, all started the week out in Pittsburgh. Made our way back to Massachusetts on Wednesday. Thursday was an NA game. Friday brought an NA and NA3 game. Saturday an NA3 game, and now today, the 18s in action here at the Village. All those games broadcasted on Hockey TV, and this one on YouTube Live. And next week, more action as well out in Michigan at the NAPHL playoffs. Far side corner knocked out of the air by 46 in purple. Pitched off by Garrett Greenwood. Now Trevor Riggs looking to clear the zone. Has possession, goes across the way, looking for Constantine. Riker got in the way. Constantine takes it away. He sends it to the near side wall. Down to 1:20 remaining on the Monarchs power play. Up the ice comes Reichert now. Reichert can't get around Riggs, falls down to the ice. Regained though by a teammate. Now a shot. Pasco, a shot, he scores. Down to a 2-goal deficit for the Monarchs. 3 straight goals in this third period. And the power play has helped them get there. Brings on Giuliani to center Jalbert and Eriksson. Weston and Liam Hellier on the draw. On the blue line, rather. Off the draw, Jalbert carried to the offensive zone. Now here's Drew Weston in the slot. Holds on his forehand, fires a shot high and wide. Giuliani now pushes it to the outside. Now a 3-on-1 the other way. Near side is 52. Fires it back door, looking for a 66. He has to curl back up the wall. Kept in by Muick. Make that Mauk. And the shot is sticked away by John Feely. Near side of the general zone for the draw. Giuliani wins it back. Weston controls. To the far side, blows a tire. Up towards Brady Eriksson. 2 generals collide. Puck goes to the neutral zone. Eriksson hard on the forecheck. Giuliani joins him as well. Near side now controlled by the Monarchs. Up the middle of the ice was Gruda. Now Liam Hellier in his own end. Hellier skating out of his own zone over the red line. Gets into the offensive zone. Has to get back to his position on the defense. Taken away by Giuliani. 3-on-3 the other way. Gens take the opportunity for a line change. Jalbert in the far side corner. Perillo comes onto the ice. Perillo back to Fleming. Fleming looks down for Perillo. AJ Perillo cuts towards the slot on his forehand. Poked between his legs and into the neutral zone. Now Fleming back into the offensive end. Decides to curl back up. He didn't like the look that he had. Out of the near side for Perillo. Icing is called. 5:30 remaining in this third period. Face off in the general zone. Liam Hellier to take it. Make that Aiden Hellier. He's got AJ Perillo, Quinn Hollingsworth alongside him. Hoffman and Fleming are the defensemen on the line. Although the Monarchs control. Loose puck in front. Feely had turned it aside with the skate. Now comes up the near side wall. Hollingsworth trying to get it out, unable to. In front, 74. Shot goes wide to the near side. Down to 5:10. Remaining in this third period. Hollingsworth chases to the far side. Here's Owen Fleming. Back up to Perillo. Back into the possession of New Hampshire. Fleming will take it back. Looks up the ice. Holds on his forehand. Now gets it over the red line. Fleming into the offensive zone. Drops off for Perillo. Here comes Rolston back the other way. Rolston avoids a hit from Gavin Hoffman, though he's got separated from the puck, and he comes to the near side. Held in by Leno. His shot along the ice and wide. Sent back in by Fish, the captain of this Monarchs team. Here's Fleming taking off his stick. Mishandling possession was the player wearing 78. Now Hollingsworth just chips it down the ice. Here comes Aiden Hellier, but he won't beat the puck to the goal line. Icing called with 4:04 to go in regulation. This face-off will be on the near side of the Gen zone. One back by the Monarchs. Taken by Magruder, now up the far side. Magruder chases down below the goal line, takes the player down with him. Nothing from the official, much to the dismay of the Monarchs bench. Here's Jackson Sanchez. Nice move by Sanchez in front for Riggs. What a save made by the Monarchs netminder. 3.5 remaining in regulation. That save was crucial for the comeback effort by the Monarchs. We get back in the offensive zone. Greenwood steps up for a hit. Dylan Rakes controls in his own end. Comes up the near side. Rakes the far side for Sanchez. Jackson Sanchez cuts towards the outside, wraps it around the wall. Dylan Rakes meets it in the corner, up top to Riggs. Riggs into the slot for Sachs. Pass goes a bit too far. Now Sachs finds it again. Taking now Connor Jalbert. Jalbert down to Sachs on the backhand. He wraps it around. Couldn't find the back of the net, but Jalbert's there. He scores. Connor Jalbert. His third goal of the game. A hat trick for Connor Jalbert. And so the Hats make their way onto the ice. That play was made possible by Ryan Sachs, who has 2 goals of his own. He didn't finish, but Jalbert was right there to pick up the rebound. Played to the near side for Oleski. Well, now I'm hatless. So is Makai Santiago doing the camera. We're not having very good hair days today, so it's a good thing that we don't got a booth camera for this broadcast. A shot onto Feely, blocked in traffic. Oleski on the near side wall. Gruda takes it away. Liam Hellier steps up. Puck comes back down into the Generals' end of the ice. Down to 2:12 remaining in regulation. A fresh 6-3 lead for the Generals. Jalbert pushes it to the far side corner. Around Fish. Plays down for Sachs. Back in front, Jalbert again! What do we throw this time? That's his 4th goal of the game. Mackay, take your jacket off and throw it on the ice. I think that's the next level. 4 goals for Connor Jalbert. Jens leads 7-3. I was just thinking to myself, what if Ryan Sachs scores? Because we all throw our hats for Jalbert, now we don't have any hats to throw for Sachs. But Connor Jalbert says, no, hold on, I'm going to score my 4th of the game, it's okay. Mackay says he's not done yet. Still 1:43 to play in regulation. Jens holding on to a 7-3 lead. Up the far side, Giuliani ahead for Hollingsworth. Taken back by the Monarchs. Played up the near side. 74 trying to get around Hoffman. Big collision. Owen Fleming came into the area. Now Giuliani. Back to the offensive zone for Fleming. Fleming, far side. Aiden Hellier plays it back out in front. Puck goes into the far side corner. 1:15 showing on the board. Giuliani back in front. Aiden Hellier the shot. And he scores. Now it's 8-3 for the Generals. A great forecheck by Northeast. And back to their 5-goal lead. Here's Quinn Hollingsworth to send it back in. Down to a minute on the clock. Pasco sends it behind John Feely. Garrett Greenwood to his defensive partner, Trevor Riggs. Hollingsworth can't clear the zone. Taken back by the Monarchs. Hollingsworth once more through the middle of the ice. Down to 45 seconds on the clock. Taken back by Giuliani. Enzo Giuliani forcing his way to the offensive end. Gets a little hump from Hollingsworth, and it's wrapped to the far side corner. 35 seconds to go in the game. Gents leading 8-3. They started out phenomenal. It got a little tricky in the middle part of the game, rather in the beginning stages of this third period. But after that, the Gents, 3 straight goals, 2 from Jalbert and 1 from Aiden Hellier. And they now lead 8-3, 10 seconds to go in the game, 3-on-2. One last chance to get on the board for the Monarchs. A shot turned aside by Feely. 5 seconds, still out in front. They score at the last second, 3 seconds on the clock. And it's 8-4. The face-off will be at center ice. Magruder pushes it forward, and that pretty much does it. The Gens, the 8-4 win, and are ready for the NAPHL playoffs next week in Michigan. Thanks so much for tuning in on YouTube Live. Your final from the New England Sports Village. The Generals 8, the Monarchs 4. Go Birds!